Finally, a green day in the semiconductor market is what I wish I would have said on today's episode based on all the great news that we're seeing today. But right now we can see Nvidia is down about 1.5%. TSM is also down over 1%. And that's regardless, despite all the great news we're seeing today, we kind of see a few kind of analysts be a little bit more bullish in the semiconductor tone, especially with Nvidia. We also saw TSM report their earnings, which look amazing. So what's happening? Let's take a closer look in today's episode. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. Okay, as I am recording today's episode, we can see TSM is down about 1.9%, Nvidia is also down about 1.8%. And again, we previously been hit with a lot of downgrades from analysts, but in the past few hours, in the past day or so, we've kind of seen a little bit more bullish tone. So we can see yesterday, April 13th, an analyst from New Street upgraded Nvidia to a buy from neutral with a price target of $280. And this is following the bullish tone that Bank of America securities analyst mentioned a few days ago, how this is pretty much an overdone slowdown in the consumer gaming market. The analyst does believe that there could be potential headwinds for the gaming market, but believes that they could be offset by data center professional visualization strength. And this is something we've been talking a lot in this channel, where yes, I do believe we might see kind of some headwinds in the gaming market, but the other markets that Nvidia and some of these other semiconductor companies are in, for example, the data centers, the automotive, visualizations, like they mentioned, continue to grow. So will that growth be able to offset the overall market? And I do believe to some extent, yes. And the reason being is TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, just released their earnings number. And this is for the first quarter of 2022. They mentioned that their first quarter business was supported by HPC and automotive related demand. Again, this is the clouding market. This is also for example, the data centers. And more importantly, they mentioned the auto market. They do believe that the second quarter of 2022, they expect their business to continue to be supported by those similar markets, partially offset by smartphone seasonality. So just right off the kind of the people that are in the front line here are saying that yes, automotive market is going like crazy. The clouding, the data center market is still improving dramatically. Maybe we're seeing a bit of a slowdown in consumer goods like smartphones. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers, the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service. So what are you waiting for? Thanks again for the Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. If we take a quick look at their net revenue, it was up about 35% year over year. Amazing growth there. And it was up 12.1% quarter over quarter. So we can see revenue is growing at very impressive levels, but we're also seeing the cost of semiconductors kind of increasing, and we want to make sure that the net profit margins for TSM continues to be high, and it does. They mentioned for this quarter was about 41.3. That was about 2.7 percentage points higher than same time last year, and about 3.4 percentage points higher than last quarter. So not only are they growing revenues, they're also improving their overall margins. We can see their overall technology, 50% of the products that they send are in their advanced nodes, which is 7 nanometers or lower. 7 nanometers is about 30%. For those not familiar, 7 nanometers, this is where the current Ryzen processors are being built in. This is where some of Nvidia's current graphics cards are being built in. They are also working on 5 nanometer that made up about 20%. This is where the next generation of Ryzen, which should be coming up, I believe, later this year, is going to be built on. And again, certain graphics cards are also going to be built on this 5 nanometer process. So we can see the overall change in their kind of revenue by technology. Now, the most important slide I want to show is revenue by platform. HPC, which considers data centers, cloud servers, what else? Cloud providers, and just your normal computing stuff, that makes up 41% of total revenue. And that was up 26%. So I do believe this is going to be a great quarter for some of the big cloud providers like AMD, like Nvidia. The smartphone market is 40% of total revenue, but that only grew 1% year over year. So maybe some chip companies that deal with maybe more consumer goods might not be seeing that strong of a growth, and something to kind of keep at the back of the mind. The automotive market is only 5% of total revenue, but that grew 26%. Again, a lot of semiconductor companies now, with AMD kind of acquiring Silinx, they also kind of have some solutions for the automotive market. Nvidia with their kind of Hyperion 8, with their Orin drive that they're increasing their overall inventory in, we can see that's really taking effect here in the automotive market. The other ones I want to say are growing at impressive levels, but the two biggest are the HPC and the automotive market. There have also been reports that TSM's 3nm nodes have kind of seen good yields and might start production a bit early. That's still about a year and a half, about over a year from now, but it's great to see TSM still kind of being a leader here, and that their 3nm should kind of start a little bit earlier because of higher yields. Again, we can see Nvidia right now is down about 2%. Now it continues to drop, and we can see TSM is down about 2.1. I do believe now, especially for TSM is looking very, very attractive to me. It's one I've been kind of building up over time in the past few weeks because of this attractive level, so around the 100. Nvidia, something priced to perfection, but dollar cost averaging here, maybe opening a small position here and there, is where I would do with a company like these. I do believe the semiconductor industry right now is getting hit with so many downgrades, and maybe rightfully so for the consumer spending, but we're still seeing strong growth in data centers. We're still seeing strong growth in automotive market. So the real question is, how much weight should we put in the consumer market when we have big spenders in other markets still waiting in line? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.